This is a bow staff, and ever since I was little, I've always wanted to learn how to use it. But what is a bow staff? A bow staff is a Japanese weapon which originated in Okinawa. It's a 6-foot long pole, and it's got 3 main uses. Those are keeping people away. The pole is 6 foot long, and it's great for keeping your enemies at a distance. It's also used for striking, as it is just a long thick stick, which is great for clubbing. And 3, it is used for spinning, and that's what we're going to be working on today. At first I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. I was kind of just twirling it around, spinning it, trying to figure out what I was doing, but I kept on dropping it or hitting myself with it, and it started to hurt quite a bit. So I decided to start with the basics. The first thing I have to learn is how to spin it in front of me. Even that's harder than it looks. So I've got to place one hand, palm up, and the other hand palm down, spinning it around, grabbing the other side, and then hands back where they started. I have to keep doing this in order to spin the staff around in circles, trying to keep your hands in the same spot to prevent the staff from sliding up or down. So I kept on going, practicing like this, but I was going nowhere. It was very hard, and I felt like I was making 0 progress. My problem was the staff kept sliding up. When it starts sliding up, you can't keep going because eventually you're just going to run out of pole. But I kept on trying my hardest to keep my hands in the same spot, but it just wasn't happening. Eventually I got the hang of it, making sure I grabbed the same spot every time. Next, it was time to learn how to do a figure 8. I've done many figure 8s in the past, using both the nunchucks and the karambit knife in my other videos, and this one was no different. Spinning it from side to side, I hit myself a few times and I kept on dropping it, but eventually I started to get there. This one was terrifying. I kept thinking I was going to whack myself and hurt myself, so I just had to keep on practicing. I kept on going until I started getting a fluid motion, and it started spinning faster and faster. This one was the hardest on the arms by far. It killed my arms swinging them back and forth holding the heavy pole. Now since the basics were done, it's time to spin it fast. In order to spin it fast, we need to spin it a bit differently. Instead of doing the same thing we were doing before, this time we're going to place one hand on top of the other, skipping one side of the pole and grabbing the other half. Doing it again on the bottom. And we keep on doing this, and it spins way faster, but this one was way less in control. I kept dropping it, throwing it. I'm surprised I didn't break anything. Every time I dropped it, my fear grew even more, thinking I was going to hurt myself, and by the end, the ends of the pole were looking pretty damaged. But I got there. I started spinning it fast and in control, and it was looking very nice. Last thing we were going to learn today is how to spin it behind our back. Now, in order to do this, you need to use a mixture of both the figure 8 and the fast spinning, as you need to spin it fast just like the figure 8, spinning it in circles and then catching it again behind your back, similar to how we were catching it with the fast spinning. I kept on practicing, starting off slowly before moving up to higher speeds. My arms were killing me, but I had to keep on going as this was the last thing I wanted to learn. I wrapped my head around it trying to figure it out for ages, but it took me days. While you watch this last trick, if you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I can't do it without you. Now, I haven't actually told you much about the bow staff. The bow staff originated in Okinawa, that's an island off Japan, where it was used as an alternative weapon after Emperor Shonshin took control of the island and banned weapons. You would have seen the bow staff in movies and TV shows, such as Ninja Turtles and The Last Airbender. All my work was starting to pay off, it was all coming together, and I started spinning it above my head. And now there was only one thing left to do, and that was time to put everything together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had such a good time learning how to do this, and I would highly recommend learning how to do it if you're interested. You don't have to use a bow staff, there are many different size staffs you can use, so if you don't have the space, you can always pick up a smaller stick. Doing something like this builds on your hand-eye coordinations, and it's also a pretty cool party trick. So if you want to give it a go, definitely try it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.